Can you solve this derivatives problem? It's day 5.
What is the derivative of the inverse function of f of x given that f of x is equal to sine of x times e to the power of sine of x? Well, by the definition of the inverse function, if y equals sine of x times e to the power of sine of x, then x equals sine of y times e to the power of sine of y for the inverse function. Using the product rule, we know that dx equals vu prime plus uv prime, given that u equals sine of y and v equals e to the power of sine of y. Therefore, the derivative becomes the following: e to the power of sine of y cosine y dy plus sine y e to the power of y cosine y dy. Doing some simple algebra, we simplify and we get dy over dx equals 1 over cosine y sine e to the power of sine y all times 1 plus sine y. Next, we have to use a special function known as the Lambert W function, and if w e to the power of w equals z, then w equals Lambert W function of z. Therefore, sine of y equals Lambert W function of x. Then we can substitute in sine y for w of x, and cosine of y equals 1 minus w of x squared, and then all the square root of the entire thing because of the properties of sine and cosine. The final answer becomes 1 over the square root of 1 minus Lambert W function of x squared times e to the Lambert W function of x times the quantity 1 plus Lambert W function of x.